You kind of think like it can happen to everybody, but not to you. And then it happens to you. That was a big confidence hit. I left my job after that.
So right now I'm here with
Ine,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
How confident do you feel in life, in yourself in general, on a scale of 0 to 10?
7, I guess.
What would you do if you were infinitely confident? If that was a 12 on the scale, what would you use that to accomplish?
Maybe take more risks.
Yeah.
So kind of like do more things. I think I'm very risk averse. I see some of my friends just like do really cool things, like quit their jobs and like start up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just can't do. I don't want to say I can't do that, but I don't think it's like my nature. You know, I like to kind of plan before I do things.
Can you think of times in your life where you felt low, where you were low on confidence because of results, because of circumstances around you, and how you got past that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was like when my mom died. Like that was a big hit for me because I don't know. You kind of think like it can happen to everybody, but not to you. And then it happens to you, and then like an ex-girlfriend of mine used to say something about like you have like a cloud all over your head, right? And that's just how it felt for like a year. It's just like a cloud all over me. Like whatever drive internally I used to have just died down. And I'm a very driven person, so that was a big like confidence hit. I left my job after that. I left so many things. I left a lot of friendships after that, you know. But I think you get to a level where you kind of like you start looking at the man in the mirror, looking at the person in the mirror, and you start like recognizing yourself again, and you're like, okay, you know, you fall down but you get back up. You fall down but you get back up, and then over time I think you just gotta stack up small wins. My mom used to have this analogy of like bricks, right? So when you're seeing a house getting built, it's like you're seeing one brick and one brick, one brick. But over time, the house is gonna get built. And if you just walk past, say, a bricklayer putting a brick every day, in a year, like that is a house now. So I feel like just living like intentionally, one day at a time, just trying to like set small goals, and then you start becoming more, you know. It's like, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Hit that. I'm going to go to the gym every day. Hit that. I'm going to get 10,000 steps every day. Hit that. I'm going to read a book every day. Hit that. I'm going to read watch 30 minutes of a nice podcast. It's like, you know, hit that. I'm going to set up a business in a couple months. Like give yourself a hard deadline and get it. And it's no longer about the outcome. It's no longer like, oh, if that business actually succeeds or fails. It's now like you actually get it. You know, you set it up. And now it's like life is comfortable because of that, you know? That's my take on that.
First of all, I'm really sorry about your loss. Just man to man, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. And to everyone else watching this, and I'm glad it seems like you're in a much better place right now. But when you were speaking, so much of what you said connected with me because I read Will Smith's biography a few years ago. I don't know if you've read his book. It's called Will. But exactly what you said about the bricks is the same analogy he said. He said for his whole career, all his success in life, what his uncle, a family member, taught him was whatever goal. Actually, his family member, his uncle, I think it was, had him build a wall, brick by brick. He describes this in the book. So it wasn't a metaphor for him. He actually had to build a wall with his friend brick by brick, and that's what he based all his success on. So as you were saying that, I was thinking, wow, that really connects with me. And then the second thing you mentioned was the 5 a.m. thing, because actually one of the best years of my life, just before that, I should get back into it, but just before that year, I was waking up at 5 a.m. every day for weeks, planning and then going for a run. So it's really interesting, all that you've said.
Like I feel like we know what to do. It's all about like executing. Even sometimes I look at myself today. Like today, I was supposed to be working on something, but I had a mental block yesterday, and I flew in yesterday, so I couldn't really do too much. Plus, so today I was like, I'm going to give myself a day off, hang out with my friends, get to see London, you know, before I fly back, and yeah, just enjoy the best of the time here. So when I get back, maybe on Monday, I'll be more productive and be more, you know, back to hit the ground running. Yeah, I think executing is the most important thing. Executing on your goals, because we know what to do.
Yeah.
We know, like, I know if I want to have the best month of my life, I need to meditate once a day. I need to wake up early. I need to get 10,000 steps. I need to watch what I eat. I need to work out. I need to read at least 30 pages a day. Yeah. I'm in finance, so I need to read the Wall Street Journal, read the Financial Times, read. There's a Investors Chronicle in the UK. I need to just ensure I immerse myself, and I would have a good month.
Yeah.
Right. But doing all those things is not as easy as you have the checklist, but actually executing. Like when the alarm goes up, not pressing snooze.
Yeah.
Like when you're reopening the book, not being on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
Like just being very intentional. And it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like over time you kind of build a muscle of it gets easier, but like when you fall off for a bit, it's a bit hard to kind of get back on the wagon, I think.
This is something that's helped me. So what I actually did was I made a Google Sheet. And I made a table of all the habits I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
And when I do them, I color it green. When I don't do it, I color it red. And after, say, a week, 2 weeks, and you see a long line of green, and that day when you don't want to do it, and you know that day is going to be red, it doesn't work all the time, but it works more than if I didn't have that sheet. So that's one thing that's helped me out.
I would try that out. Yeah.
So final question is just anything you want to share, anything you want to get off your mind, tips, advice, thoughts for the world, anything at all you want to say.
Advice? I don't think I'm the one to be giving people advice.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't have to be advice, anything, whatever you want.
I mean, I think for anybody kind of like, down and you sort of like stumbled, right? If you're a very eye agency person and you just you can't get out of bed in the morning, you can't really see the matrix, and you used to be able to see the matrix, right? I would say, just keep going. Oh, there's something I heard the other day. Have proof. Give yourself proof, right? So when you say you're gonna do something, do it. No matter how like small or minute it is. If you give your word to your friend that I'm gonna be here at 4, try to be there at 4. If you give your word to yourself that I'm gonna wake up at 5, try to be there at 5. Because I'm trying to wake up at 5 because I feel like we're better friends than we are to ourselves. Like we'll promise our friends something and we'll try to show up. But then we'll promise ourselves that we're going to do something and you don't do it. I have so many examples of certain things I told myself I was going to do and I just never did. And then I see somebody else did it and then obviously they had some success. I think it was Emerson that says like, I'm going to butcher this quote, but essentially it's like whenever we see some people do what we wanted to do, right, we kind of feel, we feel down because we see our own like neglected genius, right? Yeah. You wanted that idea, you had the idea for this, but you just never executed. So I think just execute, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
that's the worst that can happen. But like take calculated risk. Like if you have a nice cushy 6-figure 7-figure job, maybe try to see some revenue first before you jump off. But I would say that.
That's great advice. Listen, this is actually one of my favorite interviews that I've done so far, so thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. All right.
Cheers, man.
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the video so far and all the crazy antics. If you're watching and you're thinking you need to develop your confidence, your speaking skills, then this video is sponsored by Diamond Charisma, which is my course, and it contains everything I did to go from a shy introvert to someone who can speak on stage or public speaker, someone who can go around doing all these crazy interviews and speaking to strangers in public. And this is for you even if you never want to speak to strangers. It's more for confidence, meetings, presentations, being able to speak with impact. It has about 100 videos on confidence, body language, structures, everything you need to speak powerfully. Check out the link in the video description. Below this video, you will see a link and you can check out every single thing I know and did to improve my skills. By the way, doing all this is what got me into content creation. So at first, I just wanted to push myself, and then I started to make videos of me just doing challenges, giving strangers speeches, and I posted those videos every single day until my account blew up and I had thousands of followers, and now we're here today where I'm still making these videos. So you never know where confidence in life will get you, and if you want to build that for yourself, then check out Diamond Charisma with the link below this video. See you inside.